country of engineers. RWTH, one of the best technical universities in the world, part of the TU9 in Germany, founded 1875. I read history, and I learned that Hugo Junkers, the founder of Lufthansa Aviation, has been a leader of the machine laboratory, even in RWTH Aachen. You have brought up guys that won the Nobel Prize. So let us sum up a brilliant excellence university. And RWTH Business School is a business school that is quite younger, however, starts to build up the bridge between management, general management, and technology. And how you want to do this, that you can present much better than I can. Tarek, it's your turn if you like.
Yes, let me just quickly get the slides sorted out, and I hope the audio and camera is working just fine. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lisson, for the nice introduction, and a warm welcome from my end as well to our short insight into our 2 master programs, which you can study in part-time here at RWTH Business School. My name is Tavik Oban, and I'm part of the student recruitment team here at RWTH Business School, and a part of my job is to introduce prospects such as yourself to our master and MBA programs here at RWTH Business School. And this is exactly what I will be doing for the next few minutes. So, first and foremost, to us, we are the private further education provider of RWTH Aachen University, specifically in the field of management. The business school was founded as an independent organization back in 2016 as a strategy of the Faculty of Business and Economics to more or less attract a more diverse group of students. However, the executive MBA, on which I will just touch upon in a second, has been around for much, much longer. The latest cohort that started last year is actually already our 23rd cohort. In addition to the executive MBA, we also have been offering English language Master of Science program and MBA programs, especially for young professionals from all over the world, as well as tailor-made programs for companies since 2016. I brought an overview of all the programs we currently do offer here at RWTH Business School. Tonight, I will introduce 2 of our programs in particular. Our Executive MBA in Technology Management and the part-time track for our Master of Science in Management and Engineering in Technology, Innovation, Marketing, and Entrepreneurship. So let's start off first and foremost with our Executive MBA in Technology Management. The program itself is a German-speaking part-time MBA program specifically designed for executives with a minimum of 5 years of professional work experience, ideally with leadership, budget, or operational responsibilities, preferably in a technology-driven environment. The program spans 4 semesters and is delivered in a flexible format combining blended learning, online sessions, self-study, as well as on-campus modules. Unlike general MBA programs, this degree places a distinct emphasis on technology management, making it particularly relevant for professionals navigating the intersection of management and technology. So, who's actually studying this course? What you see on screen is the typical executive MBA profile we actually see as well. It is a niche program, I'll be that frank. However, it is mainly tailored to professionals with an engineering background. Though in recent years, we've seen more and more participants with an IT, natural science, or business background coming to us as well. While the minimum requirement is 5 years of work experience, most participants would bring about around 14 years of work experience and often already hold leadership or operational roles. They're usually great at what they do, but never acquired the right tools and frameworks. What they're looking for is a way to structure and formalize what they've learned on the job, and our executive MBA give them the tools, the business skills, and the strategic mindset to do exactly that. Plus, They get to build a network with peers in similar roles and broaden their perspective beyond their own company. What does that mean in concrete terms for the structure of the modules? A normal module, apart from the innovation ecosystems, looks like the following. The first part is the self-study phase. So each module starts with a 3-week self-study phase, kicked off by a 1-hour online session. The lecturer will introduce the topic, outline the preparation, and answer initial questions. Students then work through the material independently using learning videos and real-world cases. Secondly is the attendance days. So this is followed typically by 2 to 3 intensive in-person days. So these are typically what we choose Friday and Saturday here in Aachen, combining lectures, workshops, and networking. Each module ends with an exam, be it written, oral, case-based, or as a group presentation. Lastly, and I think this is the most exciting phase actually, is the practical transfer phase. So you will apply what you have learned directly into your work environment, ensuring immediate impact and relevance. Okay. I think this is the wrong one. Okay, let's talk about the innovation ecosystem. So these are the next one. Each semester, students spend about 5 days exploring innovation ecosystems and emerging technologies, with particular focus on AI, algorithms, and business model transformation. The first one you will have in your first semester is actually here in Aachen, and that is technology management. Here you will learn about core decisions in managing technological assets and competencies. The next innovation ecosystem you will have is in Cambridge, which is the digital transformation one, where drivers and impacts of digital change with a focus on leadership and organizational shifts will be your main focal point. Next up is the data-driven enterprise. That one is in Copenhagen, providing practical insights into AI and machine learning in business, including tech foundations, application, and social impact. Now, almost towards the end is our intercultural business management ecosystem in Bucharest, expanding global business perspectives and strengthening intercultural competencies. Now, the second program I brought is our part-time Master of Science and Engineering. This one is an English-speaking Master of Science. We do offer it both in a full-time track, but also as a part-time track. We will focus especially on the part-time track today. It offers similar contents to our MBA to a certain degree, but is specifically targeted to young professionals and professionals with at least 1 year of work experience while also holding a STEM background. We have a slightly different module organization here. We do have pure blended learning approach with occasional on-campus opportunities. What you can also see already is the class profile doesn't differ from our executive MBA. In average, the student of our part-time program is a bit younger, and the size of the class is actually somewhat comparable to the executive MBA with about 20 students approximately. And once again, we see a big difference when it comes to work experience, because unlike the executive MBA, we're not talking about some 15 years almost of work experience, but rather on average, some 5 years of work experience. The program itself includes 14 modules plus a master thesis. In the first semester, you'll complete up to 6 core modules covering essential management topics. In the second, you will be choosing electives, up to 6 of them, with 4 of them in management and 2 of them in the tech field. Remaining modules and electives can be also chosen in later semesters, so spread it out a bit. The time capstone project and the Cambridge Ecosystem Lab take place in the 3rd semester, with the Ecosystem Lab actually taking place in Cambridge itself. Management modules are taught in a weekly virtual evening session, so we're talking about roughly around 5 p.m. in the evening, while the tech modules actually vary depending on which one you choose. 2 of them are offered in block weeks here in Aachen in late September. So you come here for a whole week to finish your module. Others are like before, blended learning approaches, so you can do them fully online. And 2 of them are held as close to, well, I would say traditional lectures as gets. So throughout the week, here on campus in Aachen. The structure in general is more flexible and customizable than our executive MBA, where all dates are fixed. Of course, the latter also has its benefits because you get to know exactly what you're getting into prior to actually applying as well. And if you'd like to explore the best setup for your personal needs, then I'd be happy to share to schedule a personal call with you so we can assist you in your personal decision-making process. Now, here are some of our alumni. We do, of course, have a lot more of information materials available, like our alumni and student talk webinars, which are available on demand. So if you would like to have a deep dive into each topic, then just connect with me, and I will happily also help you out connecting with them if needed. On to professional backgrounds. What you immediately see are the big names. I think I don't have to explain those. Of course, they are quite representative in terms of who's actually studying this program. However, and I think this is very German for our economic system, is that we do also see a lot of people actually coming from smaller or medium-sized enterprises as well as startups to further, especially with the tech background, to further solidify their management competencies. Now, let's talk scholarships, because we do have scholarships in particular for our part-time programs in joint cooperation with VDI Nachrichten. The application deadline for this particular scholarship is always March 1st of each year for the following start in October. So if you're interested for starting a master's degree in October 2027, this is a perfect opportunity. And if you are already considering starting a master's degree this year, October 2026 is still open for applications, and we do also have some other scholarships for which you can apply for, which are mainly on the screen right now. And if you need further information on that, then do not hesitate in reaching out to me as well. Now, let's have a brief glance before we wrap it up on our application process. It is quite straightforward. It's a simple step program. Of course, first and foremost, you have to submit your documentation. So that includes a CV, a motivational letter, a reference you will have to request, and of course, your first degree, which you have earned. And because we do require professional work experience, you will also have to hand in proof for that. If you decide to join us in the Executive MBA, a personal assessment interview will also be part of your application journey. And for that one, you will be able to present a case, which we will provide to you prior to your assessment interview. And the interview itself will be held jointly with the academic director to get a better understanding of whether you are actually able to join us this year, whether you are also a great fit for the cohort, but also to see if the cohort fits to you. After the assessment, we will also immediately provide the outcome to you directly, so you do know for sure whether you have been admitted or not. And yeah, for this year, if you still want to join, then August 31st, what am I saying? It's August 31st is actually the final deadline. This includes the part-time program, so the Executive MBA, as well as the MME time part-time program. And I think I'm almost done. So thank you so much for joining me today into our part-time program introduction. And of course, I have shared my details prior to starting. If you have any further questions, use the contact details, reach out to me. They are on screen as well. And I will also be a few more minutes available in one of the rooms. So if you have some additional questions you would like to ask me in person, you're more than welcome to do so. And on that note, I believe I can hand back to Dr. Lisson. And thank you so much once again for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Tarek, for all these insights into the EMBA of RWTH Business School. As you mentioned, the partnership and that it's quite longer, and I can remember it's meanwhile nearly 20 years that RWTH Business School, former RWTH International Academy, started the partnership, and I can even remember the first scholarship fellow from you with whom we could do an interview. He ended up with a grade #1. And thank you very much for this strong partnership.
Thank you so much as well.